This is my granddad. We're at Spa-Francorchamps. And this is the Corvette C8R. This is the wing of a Corvette C8R. It just got lost on our slot racetrack. You see, for a guy like my granddad growing up in a pre-gaming era, the closest thing to racing these magnificent machines that he witnessed as a kid and as a young adult growing up was through a slot racetrack. Perhaps one of his most memorable slot car tracks that he built so far is the Monaco Grand Prix Formula 1 back in 2004 already. He didn't do this hobby by himself. He did it a lot with his best friend, here in the red shirt. And this was last May. Here you see my cousin on the right hand side and my uncle on the left hand side, who's also my godfather by the way. And here's my cousin at my grandfather's attic, where we're racing on a Ninko track, which is a post 2002 Hockenheim layout. And that day, my other uncle also joined the party. And here you see the youngest guy who got interested in slot cars. This is the son of my niece, Aiden. He also joined the club. And the guy in the yellow shirt? That's me. You see, starting from a younger age, I was already exposed to slot cars when my granddad already built tables on the attic for a slot car track. This is a scale extra track, and I'm racing Formula 1 with a Ferrari, which is driven by Michael Schumacher. And here you get a glimpse of the cars that my granddad already collected thus far. Remember, this is back in like 98 or 99. So this is a recent clip where I decided to document my grandfather's legacy. And we started with the oldest car, which is his 1967 Revel Ferrari 250 GTO, put beside my NSR C8R. So with my grandfather turning 80 and we recently visited Spa-Francorchamps, we decided to build a Spa-Francorchamps slot track. By the way, remember on the post 2002 Hockenheim layout, you can still see these dirty beams and this unfinished isolation. The Hockenheim layout was stripped, collected all the track parts and the track decorations. And what my uncle did is build these panels that are white, which give more light to the track, more reflection. And then I found an old fake Christmas tree that we used to cover up these beams, make it seem more like a natural tree coming out of the landscape. And this is what it looks like finished. And on this picture you can see the actual difference. So granddad, me and my cousin teamed up to build this Spa-Francorchamps track, and we wanted to introduce some necessary elevations. Definitely one of the most challenging parts is when you introduce elevation that there's no nicks or significant nicks that make the cars de-slot too much. So here you can see the actual track layout, and we try to mimic it as good as possible on a 10 square meter track layout. And here's the first test before we put up all the decorations. Does it work or not? And we put a Ninko Porsche Carrera GTR3 to test. And guess what? Everything seemed to do fine. Here's an overview of a more finished track. This is Les Combes, going into Bruxelles, and then the turns going downward, which are not fully according to the plan, the original plan. Here you already get back on the chicane before the source, and then here's the rouge radillion that we try to mimic a bit, and the straight to Les Combes. So then of course it's time to test it for real. And what better way to do it with a Spa-Francorchamps winner, the Skyline from 1991, the Zexel Skyline R32. And as a last finishing touch, my granddad even got the electronics installed to have night lights, so we can do night racing as well. Granddad, we love you. You guys watching, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.